Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Tristan Taylor. He's an offensive lineman out of Eastern Washington. How are you, man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, nice to have you on. Probably one of the, I don't know, it seems like each and every year we get some offensive linemen at the small school level. So that really make a splash in the NFL. So obviously one of the top offensive linemen in all the small school ranks. But before we get to all that, give me just a brief background of your story. So tell me maybe where you're from and how you got there to Eastern Washington.
So I'm from Stockton, California, and I went to high school at Stag. And then I had like 4 offers coming out of high school, not all Big Sky ones, and then UNLV. And I liked winning, so that's why I came to Eastern. That was like the main part. And then I've been here since 2015, like that summer. So I've been here for 7 years.
Good grief.
Yeah, so it's been a long ride.
So definitely not sticking around for another season. I mean, I'm assuming your eligibility is up anyway. So
yeah, I don't think there's a way I could get another one.
No, that's just not happening. But pretty solid prospect that, even though you have been in college forever, I still feel like you're a very solid prospect. Got some really great size, as an offensive lineman, about 6'6", 325 pounds, some very long arms. I think in my notes I have like 34 and 5/8 inch arms, some decent sized hands as well, over 10 inches there for you. So checking all these boxes on size and experience. Talk to me about your experience on that offensive line, if you don't mind. What positions have you played and that sort of thing?
So I started at left tackle my freshman year, and then they moved me to guard. And then I got back to left tackle, and just recently I played center and right tackle this year. And that's pretty much all I've played here. So I've played all 5 almost.
That's just kind of crazy. So, I mean, are they just kind of plugging you in like when somebody goes down, or like what's the situation there? How, what's the circumstances of that happening? Are you just like their best lineman that they just put wherever they need you?
I am the best lineman. I don't like saying it, but I know I am.
Sure.
And they all know too, so it's fine. But I've been playing right and center this year because we've had a lot of guys go down with like concussions, minor injuries, missing games. So and I can play all 5, so they just plug me here, put someone else there.
Gotcha. So, I mean, obviously having a little bit of versatility and experience to play those positions, what do you feel is like one of the biggest things you have going for you as a prospect? Like, best part about your game, what makes you unique, as a player?
I think my best part of my game is just my IQ and physicality I play with. I like to finish guys a lot. And just, being a leader, but not leading by example, not by like voice, I guess, probably.
Sure. I mean, obviously, if you've been there forever, I mean, I think a lot of people look at you as kind of, the old man, the leader there. Are you comfortable with that role as a leader? I mean, are you able to teach some of the guys under you into becoming like better offensive linemen?
Yeah, I think I just need to become more of a outspoken leader, but I lead by example, and I just like help the other younger guys. So when I leave, the O-line can stay just as good or better.
Sure. And so obviously any guy really who's playing college ball is probably looking at some guys like at the next level. Are there any guys at the next level in the NFL that you're looking at their game, you're studying them, hope to one day be like them? I mean, who's like your favorite tackle in the NFL or offensive lineman, I should say?
My favorite offensive lineman is probably Elton Jenkins, I think, because he can play all five too, and he does a good job at all of them.
Awesome. So again, a guy who's got experience all along the line, a great leader there for Eastern Washington. Um, I've been talking to a lot of small schoolers about how the pandemic really affected you guys, particularly because I mean, obviously, like we already mentioned, you had to take that. Well, you didn't have to take that extra year, but you were given the opportunity to take the extra year because of the pandemic. So, talk to me about that 2020, if you don't mind. I mean, how did you stay motivated while receiving the news that you guys weren't going to play any games?
So I think what motivated me was just like thinking about my future. I know I want to play at the next level. So I didn't like just let a pandemic keep me from working out. Even though we missed the fall season, we played in the spring, which was good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys played in the spring and ended up actually being named an All-American for the spring. So I mean, how do you feel about that accolade? I mean, obviously, being named All-American is pretty cool. So where does that rank amongst your accomplishments?
Right now, it's probably my top accomplishment. That's all I've been like working for. I thought I was good enough in my earlier years, but they thought people were better, so I just kept working for it.
Yeah, I guess it all depends sometimes, like who your competition is. But really, I mean, if people don't know, I mean, the Big Sky Conference where you're playing right now, very competitive conference. And despite you guys really having like this amazing offense, I mean, I can't not express how amazing it is to watch your guys' offense, to watch your quarterback Barrier just kind of do crazy things out there, throw into these awesome, like huge target wide receivers that make these excellent plays. Limu Jones, Boston, those are the two, guys out there. They're the big name guys playing receivers. Talk to me about this offense, man. Putting up like these Madden-like numbers, man. How does that happen?
It's just them making plays. I guess like I don't really know what they do because I'm just sitting there blocking my DN. So I just look up and we have a first down or a touchdown here or there.
So is your quarterback kind of expecting you to just kind of keep doing your thing as he's like running all over creation in the background, making things happen?
Yeah, we try to keep him in the pocket so he doesn't have to run around a lot, but it doesn't work out every game. So
Well, he's an electric, you know, athlete. So I mean,
yeah.
you gotta respect him. I mean, other than guys on that offense, who are the guys that you're facing like every day, like in practice there that we really need to know that's really trying to make you into a better offensive lineman?
Mitch Johnson, he's our D end. I go against him every day in practice, and he's pretty good. Then our linebackers are both seniors, and they're very good. Ty Graham and Jack Sendelbach.
Nice. So let's transition into just kind of talking about you and how you prepare like on a regular basis for your opponent. I mean, obviously this season, I'm talking to you actually. We just got word that you guys are going to be in the playoffs, which is nice. But go ahead and just kind of walk me through like a typical week as to how you're preparing for your opponent. So film room, weight room, that sort of thing. How do you use that in order to better your game?
So typical week, Monday is usually our day off. So I'll go into the offices and watch film when nobody's in there because I just like to do it by myself. And then I don't really have class until I'm a senior, so I just come home, same thing, go early, watch film before meetings in the morning. And we usually have a lift on Tuesday, and then first practice, and then Wednesday, I go watch film again early in the morning when no one's there. Same thing as Tuesday, pretty much, just no lift. And then Thursday is the exact same thing as Tuesday. I just don't watch film Thursday and Friday before the games.
Gotcha. And obviously, a guy who's got to hit the weight room, that sort of thing, has obviously, been a whole lot different since you first came in as a freshman. Tell me maybe how you attack the weight room and maybe your favorite lift there, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so when I was a freshman, I was just like a little fat kid coming in from high school. So then like sophomore and junior year, I was just in the weight room twice a day in the off season. So I kind of changed my body then. And then right now, my favorite lift would either be bench press or power clean.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about like your personal best in power clean is like 385 pounds, which
Yeah,
that's a really solid number, man. I mean, power clean is one of those Olympic lifts where like you know it helps with explosion and really being able to lift that bar and just kind of throw your weight around a little bit more than just being a fat kid. So,
yeah,
but obviously not there now. Really big, strong guy up top. Bench, I know, is really good for you as well. I mean, we're looking at like over 25 reps at the 225 these days, maybe even into like about 30. So I know some guys really enjoy those sorts of numbers. But obviously, at a
yeah,
point where, again, I can't stress it enough, Tristan, that you check the box when it comes to strength, leadership, size. So all these things work out well for you. Um, but also, just kind of talk to me about some of your best moments on the field. What's been maybe the one game or maybe even the one play that sticks out to you in your memory with your career?
Um, I don't think I have a one play, but the games that stick out to me the most are Washington State in 2016, and then just beating UNLV in Montana this year at home on ESPN.
Gotcha. Can you explain a little bit further about those games and what made them special?
So the Washington State game was special because it was my first start, and it's an hour away from where we are in Cheney. And it was 45-42, and I can just remember all the key plays that made the game, like made us win the game. And then UNLV this year, just going into overtime, I don't know how long it was, I forgot by now, but just going into playing in the Allegiant Stadium, it was fun, great atmosphere. And then playing Montana this year at home on like 7 p.m. at night, first night game I've ever had at Eastern. It was just packed stadium, crowd was loud and great. And then everybody thought they had this daunting defense, and we kind of just like picked them apart and picked up all their twists.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they do have a respectable defense, but what really set you guys apart really is you guys were able to keep pounding away and keep pounding away, and then just kind of coming out on top in that game. I mean, obviously, again, like I've already mentioned, I mean, a lot of solid competition in your conference, but I mean, being able to compete with even the FBS guys, obviously, such a great program, out there in Eastern Washington for sure. So,
Yeah.
um, Tristan, I've been trying to ask some guys some questions, more or less, to just kind of, I don't know, maybe get their feel as to, if they would have done a few things different. So, if you were able to maybe go back in time, talk to your younger self, again, we're thinking about maybe 8 years ago now, like back in high school. What sort of advice would you give your younger self to prepare him for his college journey?
I probably told myself to go in the weight room more just so I came in like better shape, and then just play a lot more physical my first year or two. Like I played physical, but not to what I can do now. Like I'm pretty good, I think, now.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously you've changed a whole lot since that first year as a freshman. I mean, you've gotten yourself to a very respectable offensive lineman, one of the best in your conference, one of the best, really, in the FCS. And along the way, there have been some people that have really helped shape you into the person that you are. Talk to me about maybe one of your coaches and one of the best lessons you've ever learned from one of those guys. So go ahead and share if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, I gotta fix what you said. I am the best in the Big Sky, personally, and they'll probably say that too, but some won't. But they all know I'm the best. Um,
I love the
but
confidence, by the way.
probably my high school coach and my old O-line coach, which is my head coach now, Coach Best. My high school coach just like taught me to be mentally tough. Like that's all he preached every day. So that, and then Coach Best, he just taught me how to play the game the right way.
Awesome. Let's get a chance to meet Tristan Taylor outside of football. So tell me a little bit about yourself, whether that be there as a student there, or maybe some of your hobbies or interests. Anything that you want to share that you feel is interesting. So go for it, man. Give me a little tidbit about who you are, kind of outside of this football thing.
Really like a low key kind of guy. I just hang out with people that I like to hang out with and then just play Xbox pretty much. Like I'm not go out to like parties and all that kind of like other people. Like I just stay to myself and just the only thing I like doing is playing football.
Sure. You got a favorite movie that you like? I mean, that sort of thing.
Not necessarily a favorite movie. I just like scary movies, I'd say a lot.
Okay, so you're a big scary movie guy. So
Yeah.
so who is like who do you feel is like one of the scariest like villains out there? Like you know, is there a movie that maybe comes to mind for you, or what? Like what's the one that
Um, I like real scary movies, like something that can actually happen, like Michael Myers, Jason, and all that. Like those are the kind of movies I like. Like so, probably Michael Myers, just because he pops up at any moment.
all right. So just kind of trying to think about some other things that maybe I could ask you. Let's see. You said you're a California kid, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your hometown. Tell me where you're from. If I were to come to your hometown, where would we have to go? What would we have to do?
I'll probably take you out of my hometown because it's kind of not a great place to be. So we'll go out of town to like Sacramento or something. But other than that, like I Stockton, which is where I'm from, there's a lot of great athletes that come out of there, but most of them have bad grades. So that's like the only bad part.
It is what it is. But favorite go-to snack. What is your favorite go-to snack that you like? You know,
I'd
whenever
probably
you
say
can get.
chocolate covered almonds. Like I go to Costco and go get some every couple weeks. I try to stay away from them just because of chocolate, but
Well,
sometimes I have to have them.
of course, but every so often you got to treat yourself just to stay sane. I get it. So,
Yeah.
um, all right, Tristan, as we begin to wrap this whole thing up, I try my best to ask everybody this. It's really just the why question. So why do you do what you do? Why do you play this game of football? And who or what motivates you the most?
Um, I play. It's a tough question. I play because I'm good at it, and I like am actually in love with it. Like just learning about the game and learning about all these little things. And then who motivates me is probably my dad, my girlfriend, I could say. Like just trying to be the best version of me, and then trying to make it to the next level. So hopefully, my future family can just like reap the rewards.
Sure, and as you're obviously going to get those opportunities to play at the next level, I'm sure that scouts have been to your games, been to your practices. I don't know if you've actually sat down, maybe talked to some of those guys, but I want you to address all those guys right now. Give them the reason why they really need to pay attention to you, maybe draft you, sign you, and what kind of teammate you would be for their program.
I think a team should get me because I just want to win. Like that's my only goal is to win the game that week. Like that's all that matters to me is winning that week, and then just have a day off, get ready for the next one. Like and then type of teammate I am. I'm just team first. Like I'm not ever going to do anything to put the team in harm's way. I'm not going to get in trouble. Nothing like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't stress it enough. I mean, we've already talked a lot about what you bring to the table, whether it be your versatility and willingness to play at a whole lot of different positions out there. I personally feel like you're solid, really at tackle. But I mean, if people want to throw you in at guard or in a pinch, maybe even at center, that's fine because you do have some experience doing that. But again, some great length, to play out there on the outside. And just like you said, being a teammate who's willing to, go to war with anybody. So I totally get that. But again, like we had already mentioned, you guys are in the playoffs right now. I do wish you best of luck in this playoffs, man. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You guys have this crazy gauntlet ahead of you with some solid competition. But I do wish you best of luck. With everything you got going on. Right.
Thank you.
All right, Tristan. Again, I have with me Tristan Taylor, offensive lineman of Eastern Washington. Definitely check him out.